Thank you everyone for giving your, like, what do you basically look for? I come from a very humble background, coming from a village, Prabhuwala, in remote area of Haryana. I studied there, I did my basic education from the government school of Haryana. So I completely understand. My vicinity people, my community people, the people from the middle and lower middle class families, they generally do not see कितनी faculty qualified है. True. Bitter truth. They see 4 साल के बाद when a child passes out the engineering, वो settle होगा कि नहीं होगा? Yes or no? Agree? Ultimate goal भी यही है. Today we all are here, like people start the university, I'm so sorry, please don't mind my words. Lot of people have started, the capitalist people came into the field of education, started the education. This is true, like everyone needs some money to earn. This is also the bitter truth. And on the other hand, we say education cannot be the business, but somehow it is a business. If we are giving the 100% quality, then the business is fair enough. Now, how to do this business? By being the first choice, by just producing the placement. Now, placement, my good friend of mine, Vikas, has already told we need to create a clever coding, and we need to really find the talent in the people. To be truthful and to be honest, people who have great knowledge of engineering are suffering today to get placed. This is true. And let me go further. The placement. IIT, like we all aim, my child should be in IIT. Okay, you know the lowest package IIT gave last time? 3 lakh. 3.4 lakh. कि बच्चा किसी तरह IIT में गया, पढ़ाई लिखाई की, understood everything, exposure बहुत मिला. Why child was not placed? And only 60% of the placement. This is commonly happening. And employability rate in our young professionals is decreasing day by day, decreasing gradually, and we need to address this issue. And my name is Pankaj. I have already spoken in multiple colleges, universities, corporates, spoken even with a lot of newspapers all around India, and helped couple of students, not even couple of thousands of the students to be placed. With a record, if I have trained people for the interview, 700 people, then all 700 placed in a first go. And I truly believe your technology, your knowledge about your technology, knowledge of academic cannot help you to be placed only. You need something else. What else? That's what I'm going to talk today. And what our universities can do to be the first choice of parents of a student. उनको ये ना हो कि I could not get the good rank in IIT, so I'm compromising with my career, and they settle down, they negotiate with their desires. In the beginning, when they come in the 11th standard, I want to get a placement of 1 CR or 2 CR or 3 CR. By the end of the graduation, they think, yeah, ठीक है, एक बार 5 लाख से starting हो जाए, I'll do something. And this is truth. Most of the students are negotiating. We start teaching them how to compromise and how to negotiate with their own dreams and the desires. It simply means they will not be able to do that. It means we are not giving something what is required. I generally tell people to be selfish. If every university and educational institute is selfish, selfish means selfish. This term is used wrong. But if I say, मैं selfish हूँ, I get a client, I work on the client, I give the 100%, my client gets 100%. Ultimately, I'm working for my growth. If universities are thinking in the same perspective, my student comes here, gets a 100% placement, university becomes the first choice. A first choice not for the people, right? We don't want to be the first choice for the parent. We want to be the first choice for ourselves, because ultimately, we started the university, we invested the money, and this requires huge amount of the money and the efforts. It's not that easy. It is practical. I'm running my own institution for the last 20 years. I know running a small institution gives a lot of problem, and when we talk about the university, it is next level, which a common entrepreneur, a student level, or sometimes the professor level cannot be even taught. I know that. So, but I thought in the very beginning, I am selfish. A candidate comes to me, should get a 100% result. If the candidate is getting 100% result, I am a first choice in my city. That's all. I can charge n amount of the money people are ready to give me, without any advertisement, without any endorsement. So that's what I'm talking about. IITs don't give advertisement. IIMs don't give advertisement. And what makes them the different? What is making them the different? The exposure they're getting. What is making them the different? The training the students are taking. It's not the training provided by the faculties. A lot of people have talked here about faculty should be competitive. I agree, faculty should be competitive. They should have the leadership skills, and they should have. Ultimately, they need to pass these leadership skills to the students studying there, and they finally get the placement, or they start the entrepreneurship. They have the startups. It's not only about the placement, it's about the startups. Even people generally talk about the placement. I say people cannot get placed if there are no businesses. Yeah, true. Students cannot get placed if there are no businesses. Most of the universities are not working on the startups. They are not providing that knowledge and exposure of the startup. The student can think, that creative thinking, the critical thinking, and environment for the startups. And most of the startups started in the colleges basically, not after the college. After college the person is 40, 45, and today kids are way faster. Already spoken by Vikas sir, already spoken by many professors, and all the dignitaries, they have spoken it. People are fast today. 15-second reel one cannot watch. 50-second, it is not interesting, go ahead. So paisa kamana, now this social media has given that by 20 I should be millionaire. By 30 I should have this much all. और हम सोच रहे हैं the one would get into the job, will work for the 5-6 years, 6 साल के काम के बाद, already invested 4 years of the engineering, 2 years of the MBA, means 6 years. 6 years in the company mean 12 years. After that the person start. उस समय the age is around 30-32, family responsibilities are there. Most of the people who want to have a startup cannot have a startup thinking of a risk. This is true. Or what man can do by 24 cannot be done at 34, agree or disagree. When your kids want a gift, a birthday is approaching, the best school you are looking for, how one can take risk? This is practical. And we need to address it. We need to address it the time that particular candidate is there with us in university, not after university. And this is what we can do. Refining and finally the placement, it's the biggest role. Here I talk about the placement, it's not only about the jobs, I'm talking even about the startup. That's why I first spoke about the startups. How many people write in the prospectus outside the universities, are these people have been placed with this much of the package? Hardly people write, this student had a startup 5 times and started a startup in the very second year of the engineering, 2 times failed, 3 times failed. By the time the student passed out, was able to build this much of the money. We help them getting funds. Student will not go for MBA. I'm so sorry. If a student is placed by the engineering, will not go for the MBA. Will go for the MBA after 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We now need to understand how do the business work on the bigger platform and all. But experience teaches more than that. So now, finally, 15 qualities an employer. If you are looking for the placements, that's how we become the number 1 choice. And it is not said by me, it is said by you. I already had one question from you very beginning. I started with the same question. And I started with a song. The song lyrics was, सोचने से कुछ ना होगा, मंजिल ना पास आएगी. We need to take action. And there was one more, संघर्ष करके ही चीजें मिलेंगी. These are not theoretical, these are practical. I know how I started when I was 17 and a half. This is practical. And this is how we need to make our children, our students competitive. Dr. Tiwari said, students falling into depression, and we need to build the ethics, values, fundamentals. This is true. You know how many students commit suicide even after getting the placements? Because we are not making the future-ready people. Future-ready does not mean only the tech-ready. This is wrong. It is about the life skills. It's about the life. And the companies basically look for ambition, communication, दे गिव टेक्निकल ट्रेनिंग, भाई 4 साल पढ़े हो आपको आ गई है, काफी हद तक आ गई है, अग्री और नॉट? एंड अगर नहीं आई तो हमें पता है हम 2-3 महीने की ट्रेनिंग देंगे, एक कंपनी को भी पता है, विल गिव 2-3 months ऑफ द ट्रेनिंग. एंड अजिम प्रेम जी, नारायण मूर्ति जी, दे हैव ऑलरेडी स्पोकन 4 years of engineering is not producing engineer. Our 3 months training is producing engineer. It means that is simply blaming our education system, and I don't want that. I want हमारा बच्चा कॉलेज लेवल पे इतना सीख के चला जाए, they don't need the 3 months of the training. And 3 months का ट्रेनिंग और पूरे उनको लगता है कि for 1 year they will not be that productive, that's why the placement is low. We are not able to build the confidence and self-reliance क्योंकि we think out of India everything is good. In India nothing is good. That's what Dr. Tiwari spoke about. And I love this. Confidence is the biggest thing. We don't give that confidence. We have given, the students have fallen into the trap of plagiarism. They just want happiness somehow or the other. You admire them? Good. But this will not happen in practical world. Nobody will please you once you are into corporate. Nobody pleases even the final year of the engineering and the final semester of MBA. You are pleased by your friends, professors, and everyone, first or second year of engineering and the first semester and second semester maximum in your MBA. Nobody pleases you later. And that's how students fall into the trap of now the feeling of hatred, envy, they start falling in. Critical thinking, dependability, determination, this is what an employer, this I'm not speaking like that only. No, technical knowledge is one part. Without technical knowledge, also person can get into the job and can learn, can upgrade, but these things cannot be learned. These are the fundamental things. You know, universities were required after the schooling, and there were many things university were missing at earlier, but not today. Today's schooling is not up to 12th. If people are thinking schooling is up to 12th, wrong. Most people leave school, and this has been the trend. After 10th standard, students are not going to school. I know, I come from a place, Hisar, Haryana. In my city, even earlier it was the trend in the medical science. No, it is not now. Non-medical, medical, students are not going. Commerce students are not going. Humanities students are not going, even from the class 9th. Class 9th, students are preparing for the foundation courses. Iska matlab, what they wanted and they needed to learn in, it's not about academics. Students don't learn academics in the school. That homeschooling can teach the better culture, better about the science, better about the mathematics. These coaching institutes can teach, but not the extracurricular activities, not the leadership, not the confidence, not the self-reliance, not the life skill. This has to be taught in the school, but schools are not doing that somehow because students are not continuing to the school after 8th standard. Now this responsibility has to be taken by the higher education, means colleges and the universities. This is the reason eagerness to learn, learning eagerness has been finished. 8th class student is deciding I'll be an engineer. Which engineer? Computer science engineer. You come to, like, it's not only about Delhi. You go to the rural area of India. And rural is not the villages, cities. Hisar is the fastest developing city in the country, and particularly in Haryana after Gurugram. But you go to even Faridabad, you speak to the family of, like even in the Gurugram, you speak, you know, anywhere in the Maharashtra. I got to travel with Dainik Bhaskar, and I traveled 70 places in India with the Dainik Bhaskar, and I realized one thing, awareness is still lacking. 8th class child does not know. I worked as a career counselor. I did my psychology and started working as a career counselor, but later I found, out of 3 idiots, no, this trend completely changed. Now parents say, जो बच्चे को पसंद था हमने तो दिलवा दिया. अरे भाई बच्चा is influenced somehow. उसने देख ले चाचा का मामा का बेटा ने चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी की और सेटल्ड है 30 लाख का पैकेज है. But every chartered accountant is not settled. Every engineer is not settled. He is inspired. He is influenced. And we think child has decided the career in class 8th. Not at all. That's how the child is misguided and goes on the wrong track in class 8th and 9th. Only few fortunate kids get the right counseling and right guidance. Those schools, right, we have a counselor, but those counselors are expensive, my dear friends. Really expensive. They are involved into teaching. They are less involved into counseling. Per counseling test cost a student 7 to 8,000 rupees. No student pays and parents pay, and neither the school takes. This is a CBSE norm to have a counselor. That's how they need to have. But the bitter truth is this: there is no career counseling. That again becomes the responsibility of university. फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में अ चाइल्ड नीड्स एक्सपोजर हर फील्ड का, उसको पता ही नहीं इंजीनियरिंग में होना क्या है. देन द लॉयल्टी, ऑनेस्टी, दिस इज मिसिंग, क्योंकि एवरीथिंग हैज बिकम द मनी नाउ. लॉयल्टी और ऑनेस्टी वुड नॉट कम. दैट एथिकल वैल्यूज एंड द फंडामेंटल वैल्यूज हैव बीन मिसिंग नाउ इन आवर किड्स. हम सिर्फ ये कहते हैं यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना है बच्चा, क्यों, इसमें क्यों, इतना क्यों पढ़ना है, अच्छी जॉब मिलेगी. पेरेंटिंग ही गलत है. सेटल अच्छा होना है, पेरेंटिंग पार्टी गलत है. अगर वो गलत हो गया, अब दिस इज द राइट टाइम फर्स्ट ईयर के बच्चे को समझाना है हमें कि अगर आप एथिकली राइट हो, फंडामेंटली राइट हो, यू विल ग्रो, नोबडी कैन स्टॉप यू. हम शेयर मार्केट की बात करते हैं, किस कंपनीज के शेयर खरीदना चाहते हैं, चिट फंड्स, पेनी शेयर्स, या ज्यादा ट्रस्ट हमें फंडामेंटली राइट कंपनीज है उस पर होता है. ऐसे ही ज्यादा ट्रस्ट एक एम्प्लॉयर को उस पर होगा जो फंडामेंटली राइट पर्सन है, विद टेक्निकल नॉलेज, विद सॉफ्ट स्किल्स एंड विद द सेल्फ रिलायंस. अब अगर बच्चे में सेल्फ रिलायंस नहीं है ना, he gets a job 6 months के बाद either he'll leave the company or company will fire. And this is happening. Lot of places are writing 90% placement and this, but how many, you ask a child, you were placed 2 years back in that company. In that company I could not work more than 8 months. This is happening. And why is it happening? He was not enough capable, क्योंकि यूनिवर्सिटी और स्कूल लेवल पे वो चीजें नहीं सीखी. That's how we need to do the holistic development. Dr. Tiwari mentioned in the next higher summit, he wants to see not the India, but the Bharat. I was sitting with my elder brother and I said, I have already used Bharat here. India, Red Indians were there in USA, there was rural. I never used India since I came to know meaning of India. It's Bharat. Bharat aims to be developed country by 2047. तब तक हमें 100 साल हो जाएंगे इंडिपेंडेंस का. और ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कम्स ऑन द शोल्डर ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटीज, प्रोफेसर्स एंड द वाइस चांसलर्स. जो आज पढ़ रहे हैं वो हमें डेवलप करवाएंगे. इट्स अबाउट टुडे, इट्स अबाउट टुमारो, इट्स नॉट अबाउट पास्ट. जो हुआ दैट्स ऑल, बट वी आर द हाइएस्ट कंट्रीब्यूटर टू मेक भारत developed by 2047. That mindset has to go away. The mindset of placement, the mindset now should be given of leadership, should be given of, we need to work on the holistic development. I have come, build the leadership through the different events via developing the leadership in the faculties. If faculties are missing the leadership, kids cannot get the leadership. Leadership is transferred, and talent, Mr. Kaplesh even spoke about the talent. We then say the talents cannot be made. No, it can be made. We just need to find out कि उस बच्चे में talent किस चीज का है. पहले स्कूल में होता था, अब यूनिवर्सिटीज लेवल पे होगा. Only the difference is this. Everything is fast. Churn in everyday tasks. बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज. I worked, I saw जो बच्चा IIM से पास आउट किया, couple of my students, my clients have passed out from the IIMs and IITs, and I asked them, कितना पढ़ाते? बोले पढ़ाते भी हैं और काम बहुत देते हैं. एक IIM का स्टूडेंट MBA कर रहा है, उसको डेली 3 PPTs बनाने को मिलती हैं. कहाँ से बना के आता है? Nobody helps. He goes home, start working, 12 बजे, 1 बजे, 2 बजे, 3 बजे तक PPTs बना रहा है. अब एक PPT बनाने के लिए कितना रिसर्च करना पड़ रहा है. और बाय द टाइम ही पासिस MBA तो उसको नॉलेज है सारी. बट मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा ऑर्डिनरी, कहीं ना कहीं हमारे एक सिस्टम में खामी है. हम उस लेवल का, हमको लगता है कि इस लेवल का स्ट्रेस बच्चों पे नहीं डालना या बच्चा नहीं करेगा. अगर आप उसकी डिग्री इन चीज़ों पे होल्ड कर लो, मार्क्स पे नहीं, सेमेस्टर एग्जाम्स पे नहीं, इन चीज़ों पे होल्ड कर लो. भाई प्रेजेंटेशन कितना दिया, कैसा दिया, कितना करके आए थे, इतने सॉफ्टवेयर आके पता लग जाएगा AI से की हेल्प लिया या नहीं ली. जहाँ AI की हेल्प लिया उसके मार्क्स डिटेक्ट करो. चिल्ड्रन वॉन्ट मार्क्स, नो, उनको मार्क्स दो, हमारा देने का तरीका बदल दो. पर सिंपल फंडा, उनको मार्क्स चाहिए दो, बट हमारा टेस्ट लेने का, ऑब्जर्व करने का मेथड हैज टू बी चेंज. चर्न इन एवरीडे टास्क, लेट देम फेस द द स्टेज एवरी डे टू डेवलप. अभी कहा, लाइक आई हैव फॉरगॉटन द नेम, उन्होंने कहा कि स्टूडेंट्स डू नॉट हैव सॉफ्ट स्किल्स एंड द कम्युनिकेशन. होगा कैसे? दे बिजी स्टडिंग रीडिंग बुक्स. आप भेजो ना स्टेज पे डेली. मेरे गांव में शाखा चलती थी आरएसएस की. व्हेन आई वाज इन 4th 5th स्टैंडर्ड, तो हमें कंपल्सरी कर दिया कि हर बच्चे को उसका मेंबर बनना है और बोलना है. टुडे आई थिंक यार हाउ आई डेवलप्ड एज अ स्पीकर, कहीं ना कहीं उसका रोल है. सैटरडे को स्कूल में बाल सभा होती थी. एवरी चाइल्ड हैड टू पार्टिसिपेट. स्कूल के ऊपर बर्डन बहुत है, छुट्टियां बहुत है, बहुत सारे काम है, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज, ये चीजें आज मिस हो गई. यूनिवर्सिटीज में भी ये चीजें थोड़ा सा कम हो रही हैं या हो ही नहीं रही कुछ में. वी जस्ट नीड टू एड्रेस द सेम. आई बिलीव अगर हमने ऐसा करना शुरू किया, in next 2 years all private deemed universities will have placement more than the IITs because they have 60%. We need to reach just the 100%. And we are reaching 80, 90 somehow. And we need to enhance their couple of skills which I have just spoken. Leadership, communication, soft skills, even the giving them the presentations every day. Bacha, my sister was studying in a LBS. She said, भैया मुझे एक प्रोजेक्ट मिला है, आईफोन कितने का बनता है और मार्केट में कितने का बिकता है, कितने आईफोन से उनको रिकवरी होती है. एंड दैट टाइम iPhone 4S was there in the market. She came and she told me at night 12 o'clock. She gave me a phone call when she was done with her project. Bhaiya, you know, iPhone takes only 4,000 rupees to be made completely. I see. 44,000 rupees phone. 3 days back I bought. I am thinking I paid 40,000 extra. और उनको फर्स्ट 1 मंथ की आईफोन जितने बिकेंगे उससे अर्निंग भी लानी है. 1 मंथ के बाद जो बिक रहे हैं दैट इज बोनस. अब उसने काम किया, नो कॉलेज प्रोफेसर हेल्प्ड, 24 घंटे एक काम में लगी रही. शी केम विद द आइडिया कि ब्रांडिंग कैसे करते हैं, वो कितना पैसा ब्रांडिंग में जाता है, मार्केटिंग में जाता है. जब वो MBA पास करके जाएगी तो क्या नहीं पता होगा उसको. और दैट्स हाउ her assessment was done in the college level. And this is what we need to do, the internal assessment little tough for them. And the internal assessment should not based on semester wise exams. सबको पता है यहाँ पर, this is one night fight to pass the semester. And everybody knows, एक engineering में 48 सब्जेक्ट हैं, बच्चा 48 डेज से ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ता क्योंकि उसको पूरे 4 साल में बाकी सारा टाइम we can utilize in developing that person. I'm closing it with one note by giving my humble thanks to Mr. Manish Chabra who organized this wonderful event and to all the dignitaries. मैं बैठे बैठे तो I was hesitating here, Vice Chancellor sitting. And I'm no one, they're double of my age. I come from a village. But I believed in my content, which I have practically seen, observed, and helped 100,000 people to get placed. I have practically worked the back end of couple of universities to take them to the next level. Known as a peak performance expert and helping people to perform better, whatever the circumstance given. I would close. I started with one song. And I know this speaker, professional speaker, motivational speaker start with a song. But that song had a deep meaning. I'm closing with one song. And this song, 5 words and 5 sentences, again have the deep meaning.
बुझा शाम गम की कैद में वारस उठा के देख तो ख्वाब क्यों है कैद में सवेरा क्यों बुझा बुझा शाम गम की कैद में.
You can sing along.
तेरी होगा सवेरा यही मिलना हो
Thank you so much for listening to me and thank you for bearing me for along. Thank you.